I'm very happy to be joined here today by Dave Henning, the Director of Transportation Services with the City of Lloydminster. Thank you so much for joining me today, Dave.
Thank you.
Now, today, with the snowfall, especially the recent snowfall that we had, the roads are obviously back to being covered in snow, especially the residential roads. The highways are not as bad because they're driven on a lot, but the residential roads are really in need of some work. So that's where you come in, and residential plowing is occurring. So, can you tell me about the stages at which you guys are going to be removing the snow from the residential roads?
Yep, for sure. So it's a full residential snow removal was approved just the other day. So we've got crews lined up. We actually started today in the blue garbage zone. So that's how we set up all our zones. Is a lot of people recognize their zones better by their garbage pickup. So we have three crews currently working this morning in the blue garbage zone, which is Parkview and Lakeside. And once that's completed, then we will move into the yellow zone, from there into the pink, and then orange and green. So we're going to do things a little different this year. We used to scatter teams out all over through all the garbage zones, but then residents had made comments that they seemed like the signage was up for an extra length long time. So what we're doing is we're concentrating on those crews in pretty much two zones at a time. Once the zones are completed, then we move out of the zones. So we have graders rolling in at 7 o'clock in the morning and the trucks follow in after. So our normal shift is from 7 in the morning till 5 at night, Monday to Friday. We do not pick up or do not blade, sorry, in the garbage zones of that day. So for an example, the blue zone, Monday is a garbage day. So we will not be working in that zone unless all the garbage is picked up and the canisters are put aside, and then we may move in. So we'll work in yellow. Yellow is Tuesday, so then we'll bump back into the blue zone and then we'll rotate around. So we ask residents to please remove all the vehicles from the streets. By doing this, it's a lot safer for our equipment. They're not worrying about vehicles on the street, going around them. And when my crew gets to the end of the street and they look back and it's all picked up, it's nice seeing the whole street done and not vehicles on there or piles of snow and stuff like that. We do not work weekends, so it is Monday to Friday because there is quite a few vehicles on the roads on the weekends, so we try to avoid that part.
That's
We're thinking it's probably going to be about a 2 or 3 week process, hopefully, and we're just continuing until we get it done.
That sounds awesome, and basically answered all of the questions that I had regarding, what you ask of people to make sure that they're aware of. And I think it's a fantastic idea to use the garbage zones and I think it's easier for residents as well because they know, okay, I'm in the blue zone. This is when I know that the work is going to occur. Why? I would like to talk about that a little bit. What was the decision, or when was this decision made to use the garbage zones? Because I think that is a really good idea and very helpful to the residents as well.
We've been using the garbage zones for probably the last 10 years now. We've been using it fairly consecutively.
Yes, I think that's a great idea, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks that as well. And I know you said it initially, but just as a reminder, how long do you think that this will take so residents are aware of how long they have to be cautious about where they're parking?
Yeah, so we're hoping that the whole program will take about 2 to 3 weeks. Our comms team right now is sending out notifications to areas blue and yellow, notifying people that effective immediately there is a parking ban in effect, and we only have the parking ban on for a certain length of time. Also, once we're out of that area and the streets are clean, people can park on the streets again, no problem.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everything goes smoothly with the snow removal. And so the roads and residential areas are clear. I know there's some already clear. I know my streets have been cleared and they look great and it's fantastic to drive on. So I wish you the best of luck and thank you again for joining me.
No problem. Thanks for having me.